We're truly here again, and I just gotta say, I'm personally exhausted. I am personally exhausted. I had no idea growing up, going to school, and listening to all that stay in school crap. Can't talk. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. Probably fumbles my words a lot right now. But bear with me, right? Anyways, you remember that stay in school nonsense you heard all your life? Yeah. Um, I get it. Being in school is better than being a gangbanger because you'll live longer, but the joke's on us because they don't want us to live longer so we can have fulfilling lives. Oh no. The joke is on us because they want us to live long, well into our Medicare years, because they can't make money off a corpse. Sorry to be morbid, y'all, but be real. Be real. Why do you think they haven't figured out how to cure cancer yet? Why do you think they haven't figured out, um, I don't know, way to cure HIV? Why do you think? I'm just saying, why do you think America, or Big Pharma, why do you think they're charging so much for insulin and whatnot? Just so much for healthcare in America. When you go overseas, that stuff is free. That stuff is free. They want you to live well, they want you to live better, and they mean that shit by making it free. But over here in America, oh no, honey, oh no. What you gotta do? You gotta slave away at a job that you don't like for years, okay? Just to get some decent vacation pay, and that's at a good job. Don't be at one of those messed up dead end jobs that everybody was warning us about. Because McDonald's, that's a dead end job. They're hiring at $14 an hour and $18 an hour for a manager, though. For those who have experience, please look for my other video about the experience needed for manager material and whatnot, because I've all ran on that too, child. Anyway, look. I think it's ridiculous how we work ourselves to the bone, or to the cartilage in some cases, y'all. And we have nothing to show for it besides being on disability at a young age, jumping through those hoops to get on disability or any resources or help from the government, period. This is ridiculous. We were not made as human beings to run constantly like this. We're supposed to have what, 8 to 12 hours of sleep a night, a day. Uh, okay, well, if you're busy working double, triple shifts and making that time and a half, how much sleep you getting? How are you functioning on that little sleep? How is any parent functioning on the little amount of sleep they get, especially at the younger ages? When they're babies, oh man, you have to sleep when they sleep, or you'll feel like you're dying almost. I swear, exhaustion is no joke. Y'all, like I'm here to make y'all laugh, but on a serious note, take care of yourselves, okay? Anyway, I'm just saying, I think it's funny how our generation is just out here slaving ourselves away, working ourselves to the cartilage, back hurting, knees hurting, shoulders hurting, hip hurting, all that hurting. But we still have nothing to show for it. And we still have to keep going and going and going until we have, reached the age of 65 or something, whenever we can apply for retirement. And by then, we, gotta hope and pray that we're still employed up until those golden years. Otherwise, we're not gonna have nothing to withdraw out of, in our golden years at that. I'm not really quite sure how Social Security works. I just know for a fact you don't get it until about 65. I know there's companies and other places you can work for out here who will give you a better deal, a better opportunity, more benefits. Okay, but do you realize all the hoops and the networking you have to do to get in there? No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, we're not all drug addicts and unstable and unreliable and blase sleep, whatever you want to say. We're not all that. Oh, no, we're not. So I just think it's funny how A lot of us can't catch a break. A lot of us can't hop that fence or climb that ladder to be in a salary paid position. And I'm freaking sick of it. I'm sick of it. You're talking, or you're listening rather, I'm talking, but you're listening to somebody who's had up to 5 jobs at a time, all on record. The IRS knows, so I can say it, okay? And I'm going to tell you about these jobs because I've seen some things and heard some things, and there's some stuff I can tell y'all that I can't even make up, okay? And we're going to get to that. But back to my point is, how far are we supposed to go? How much energy are we supposed to have to deal with this life? They want us to live a long time, right? But they don't want to pay for it. They want to keep us alive so we can keep paying them. That's it. That is it. That is all. And I need y'all to understand this right now because there's a reason why Canada's healthcare is free and overseas their healthcare is free. A lot of their education programs are free and whatnot. I've done very minimum research, but any country that I wanted to go to or any place I wanted to visit or possibly live, because when Trump got hired, yeah. Look, I was one of the people who said, "Well, I'm going to Canada because it's not going to get any better or worse." Or I just didn't want to be here for it, and I'm mad I still am because it's America has made it so hard to get a passport if you're working poor or working class. They made it hard for you to have opportunities, hard to get out of debt, hard to make just to be content with life because you're going to be stuck at a job that you don't like, that you have to be copacetic with and content with because otherwise you're not going to be able to afford that mortgage if you're lucky. We live in a day and age where you could be the one person in your group who has a car or a house, but not both. And if you do have a house, you're living under Section 8 or some other affordable housing program. And there's no shame in it. There's no shame at all. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Okay? What are we supposed to do? Work hard. We did that. Go to college. Some of us did that. Huh? Included. I have a degree, but still hard to find a job. Still hard to jump that fence into higher management. Why is that? Is it a racial thing? Some would argue that it is. Um, but talking to me on the phone, just like Sorry to Bother You, if you've ever seen that movie with Danny Glover and, crap, I forgot his name. But the chick from Creed, good Lord, I don't know her name either. Janae's girlfriend, I think, her wife. But whatever. If you've seen Creed, Michael B. Jordan's female opposite. She was in this, and she was the female opposite of the male character in Sorry to Bother You. And basically, they were talking about your customer service voice if you are black. And basically, that means you sound white on the phone. Yes. Yes, we went there. Yes, I did. Anyway, if you want to have a successful life, my definition of success doesn't revolve around this. But anyway, they told us if you want to have a successful life, you have to be, you basically have to be polite as possible. You basically have to be ridiculously respectful, aka white. No, that doesn't equal to being ridiculously respectful. I'm trying to be PC over here. Um, but saying that you're speaking white or acting white or any of that. I don't know how PC that is, but I've heard it all my life. And up until now, it has done me well. Up until now, it has done me well. But guess what? COVID hit and everything kind of went to shit. So now I'm forced to look into other means of financial stability, which means self employment, which is screwed kind of because of the expenses tip. You get tips and my personality and whatnot. Come on. Yeah, I get tips. Not enough. There's not enough tips in the world for me to deal with expenses and inspections and maintenance. No, it doesn't matter what breakdowns on a car. It is never cheap. Never. Okay? Ever. It don't matter what it is. Apart from an oil change, and even those can get expensive, especially if you have a Cadillac. I'm so sorry. Those 8 quarts of oil probably expensive because you can only get a certain amount or a certain brand rather. A certain amount is 8 quarts. But anyway, look, I've lived through some things. I've done some things. I've had several jobs. My resume is 4 pages long, and I'm still out here looking for jobs and looking at y'all stupid when you say you don't have enough experience. I hate to be the angry black woman in the room, but I feel like a lot of us have a reason to be angry. What do they expect from us? Like, what do they expect? We have all these jobs that we don't like. We have all this BS that we deal with, all the stress that we deal with that they didn't tell us how to cope with in class growing up. They didn't tell us how to do that, but they want to blame us for how we cope with it. You didn't teach us how to cope with it. Excuse the hell out of us for figuring out how to deal with the messed up reality that is our lives. Ugh, whatever. Look, all I'm saying is give us some grace, okay? I'm not saying that we have a handout. I had 5 jobs at once. You think I got a handout? Honey, no. All I'm saying is it shouldn't have to be hard. You shouldn't have to work that hard just to make a living. And I'm still on Section 8. And I'm still, okay, getting food assistance and medical assistance and all that good stuff. Man, it shouldn't be this hard. It really shouldn't. And y'all screwed it up when y'all took all those skills out of the classrooms and y'all made everything 50 million times expensive. Inflation is a mother effer. This is ridiculous. But here we are every day. Round of applause. Good job for still being here and not taking yourself out of the game. Good job, y'all. I'm so glad y'all still here. I'm so glad because this is some bullshit. This is some real bullshit. We're doing the best we can, and they still gonna say some bullshit about it. Okay, we're doing the best we can, but all we hear is you're lazy, you're procrastinating, you're not making enough, you're not making the right choices. This, that, and shut the hell up. I'm so straight. What did you expect? Inflation, auntie. Inflation screwed us all once more. You lived through it the first few times or whatever. You saw it happen. Look at gas prices, for God's sakes. This is ridiculous.